Just some technical difficulties, everybody. Yes.
Video recording and then post it up. Yeah, recording it and then you just post it later. Yep.
Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order on February 19th, 2025. Mayor Porco, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Thank you. Mr. Abrams, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam President. Mr. Bacon. Here. Mr. Baoki. Present. Mr. DeCosta. Mr. Erbaldinger.
Present.
Mr. Lawrence.
Present.
President Martin.
Present.
Mayor Porco.
Present.
Everyone's present, ma'am.
There will be an executive session after the meeting to discuss a legal issue. Moving on to the President's report. Please be on the lookout for the 2025 subscription drive notice from Woodland Hills EMS. There is a brand new look to this mailing that provides answers to frequently asked questions, support service details, as well as easy to understand subscription plans for Forest Hills residents. I encourage residents to support our local Woodland Hills EMS. This past summer, the 3-year Save Our Parks Japanese knotweed eradication project that took place in the main park came to an end. I'm not sure that the results were everything that the group of dedicated volunteers hoped to achieve, but there were some positive results. The project work impelled us to begin discussing a borough-wide invasive plant eradication plan, working in conjunction with the Shade Tree and Shrub Committee, as well as the Public Works Department. A long-term solution is being considered. Lastly, I'd like to thank the 4 people that have applied to fill the remainder of Mr. Watkins' term of office. Public service can be very rewarding and fulfilling. Being a member of council gets one involved with community projects and our residents' needs. You are all to be commended for unselfishly volunteering for the opportunity to represent the constituents of Forest Hills. Thank you again and good luck. May we have the mayor's report, please?
Madam President, his report, I really don't have much to report on. However, since I have the microphone, I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to provide an update on the Forest Hills
Thank you.
Community Alliance. We have completed a review of the action plan that was pulled together. So what we were going to do is book time, separate meeting. So we're going to try and coordinate that. Do a detailed walkthrough of what that go forward plan looks like. What we will go through is basically there are some ideas that kind of fit in a 1 to 3 year bucket. bucket. And then there's some really long-term. That report down into maybe a PowerPoint presentation for council to digest. And then at the March business meeting, we're gonna request 5 minutes or so of the agenda, actually present an even watered down version of that, just to kind of give dial in on YouTube and want to hear it. Well, but council will have that context behind those high level points. So if council's amenable to that, that's kind of the go forward. Beth, you don't want to do this during any of the committee meetings because I think that heavy enough of a topic that's going to probably take every bit of 60 minutes or so, and we don't want to. Questions?
I know council will look forward to that. Thank you, Mayor Porco. We have the manager's report, please, Mr. Abrams.
Thank you, Madam President. The manager's report was actually presented at the agenda setting meeting. I do not have anything specific to add to that, but I will also be reporting on the Wilkinsburg Penn Joint Water Authority report on behalf of Ms. Braz. It should be noted that overall Wilkinsburg Penn had 119 breaks last month due to the weather. Only 7 of those were in Forest Hills, being Sumner, Barclay, Forest Hills Road, Fairview, Avenue F, Hillcrest, and Burlington Road. All have been repaired. Report.
Thank you. Chief Williams, may we have your report, please?
Thank you, President Martin. As you remember, I sent a savvy out about a robbery that occurred on Ardmore Boulevard at the Speedy Mart last month. I just wanted to report that we did make an arrest in that. Our officers were able to come up with the suspect. And again, you know, it was a pretty quick arrest in this case, and we're very happy to close out that one. We don't like having those kind of crimes in our town. And, you know, luckily we were able to do a quick investigation, figure out who it was, and make that arrest. So very happy with our officers who took care of this case and closed down as many of these as we can, especially these more serious crimes. We you know, try to do the best we can, and, you know, with the help of the public and the officers we have here, we tend to do I believe is a very good job of stopping a lot of these crimes. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Chief Williams. Mr. Corporal, the solicitor's report, please.
Thank you, Madam President. Unless there are any questions, there is no public solicitor's report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Corbel. Moving on then to the other committees. Mr. Bacon, anything to report tonight?
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lawrence, anything to report?
Nothing to report.
Don't make any sudden moves anyway. Mr. Bioki?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Mr. Erbaldinger?
Nothing to report.
Okay, then, thank you. Moving on then to our public comment, I'm sorry. Agenda items and non-agenda items. At this time, citizens may address council on any issue, whether appearing on today's agenda or not. Only residents and taxpayers of the Borough of Forest Hills will be permitted to address council. Speakers will be permitted to speak for a maximum of 5 minutes. Groups of people will be required to designate a spokesperson to represent them before council, who may speak for a maximum of 10 minutes. Citizens are asked to use the microphone at the speaker stand, clearly state their name and address for the record, and keep comments brief and to the point. Please spell the name for the record. Speakers are reminded that council uses these comment periods as opportunities to gather information and not to respond to concerns raised. Information gathered will not be discussed at the business meeting, but instead will be referred by the council president to the appropriate committee for review and discussion at the next committee meeting. Do we have any public speakers? Last chance. Okay, then we'll move on. Mr. Lawrence, Operations and Policy, sorry.
One, I. Seat vacated by Cecil Watkins.
Second. Can I ask the attorney, why do you have that motion? Seems like duplication of the following motion. Background of that motion, I don't understand it. Yes, the first motion.
So that we're just putting everybody in nomination and then you all will vote by last name.
Okay.
After the next motion is made. So on number two, Mr. Lawrence will make that motion. Up until the words, the appointment so made, we'll have a second vote, and then we'll move into on that one, we'll move into the vote for the vacancy.
That's good, thank you.
We have a second on that. Was that you,
Yes.
Mr. Bioki? Okay, thank you. Are there any other comments? Roll call vote, please. Voice vote? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint one of the nominees as a member of the Borough Council to fill the remainder of the term that was resulted from the resignation of Cecil Watkins by roll call vote following the approval of this motion and to approve resolution number 1283 affirming the appointment so made.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. May we have a roll call vote, please?
As Mr. Clovel indicated, please choose your vote by the nominee's last name. Mr. Bacon. Osbrink. Aoki.
Osbrink.
Costa.
Osbrink.
Mr. Erbaldinger.
Osbrink.
Mr. Lawrence.
Rosbrink.
President Martin.
Osbrink.
Osbrink is unanimously 6-0 appointed to the seat. Porco.
Moment, please. We just have to get procedure done. Yeah.
Affidavit of residency.
Take a duplication, but okay. I was just- Take your seat.
Thank you, Mayor Porco.
Okay, number three, motion to approve minutes of January 7th, 2025, January 15, 2025.
Second.
We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Ratification of 5 policies approved in committee: police incident reporting, communications, police take-home vehicle, delinquent payment, and the Marty B. O'Malley Citizenship Award.
A voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
That concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. May we have finance, please, Mr. Erbaldinger?
Thank you, President Martin. I have a motion approval of the December bills totaling 529,114.12. And the details can be seen in the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comment? May we have a voice vote, please? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And that concludes finance.
Thank you, Mr. Erbaldinger. Moving on to Borough Property, Mr. Bacon.
Thank you. I move to approve resolution 1284, approving the VPRP application by Noah Riley for parcel 377-F-164, also known as 617 Barclay.
We have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I move to approve resolution 1285, authorizing the manager to enter into an intergovernmental cooperative agreement with the Turtle Creek COG to join the COG's Property Maintenance Appeal Board.
Second.
Comments? You have a voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
And that concludes Borough Property.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon. For planning and zoning, did you have anything, Mr. DeCrossi?
Nothing to report, Madam President.
Thank you. Then moving on to Public Works. Okay, Mr. Bacon,
Thank you. I move to award a contract for CCTV work of the sewer system on Avenue D to Insight Pipe Contracting in the amount of $14,850 with funds coming from the borough's sewer fund.
is there a second?
Second.
Any
I have a comment on this, just for clarification. This is work that is not able to be done with the borough's own CCTV sewer truck. It is considerably older lines. There's several issues that are preventing them from using that regular equipment. So this is out of the ordinary.
Anyone else? May we have a voice vote, please? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
That concludes Public Works.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bacon. Anything for public safety, Mr. Bioki?
I have no motions and no reports this evening.
Thank you. Is there any old business anyone would like to discuss? Any new business? Mr. Abrams?
I have one piece for council. At the last page, after your packet is a listing of all of the board, committee, and commission positions that are currently due to expire, along with whether or not the person has asked to be reappointed. So next month, we'll be discussing that and hopefully making motions to appoint or reappoint folks to the various openings.
Thank you. Well, if there's nothing else, then I'm going to adjourn the meeting by acclaim without objection. Thank you.